have an incredibly loud voice, but I'm going to try to use my mom's voice so that you can all hear me. Because we really don't have a mic. This is for the video up there. So if you can't hear me in the back, do something like this, like say speak up. Give me some sort of notice. Okay, well, welcome back. You all know who I am, so I'm going to spare you my name and all that. But you are here for the 2016 NSAC Award Ceremony, sponsored by the AAF and Snapple. I want to start off just by announcing or acknowledging all of our schools here tonight, because we saw some incredible presentations today along with some incredible books that were submitted, and you should all give yourself a round of applause. Let's give a shout out to all of our schools, much like we did at orientation. University of Oshkosh, University of Wisconsin Oshkosh, sorry. Dakota State University, University of Minnesota Twin Cities, South Dakota State University, Minnesota State University Moorhead, St. Cloud State University, University of Minnesota Duluth, University of St. Thomas, and University of South Dakota. So we're going to touch on a couple topics here, and then I'll tell you guys who the winners are. I got to give a shout out to what I often call my A-team, and I'm going to talk a little bit about involvement. It takes quite a few people to pull this event together. I myself did not participate in this event. I wish I would have had the opportunity when I went to school, but I got involved in this, and I like to call him out because of this guy right here, Frank Stegmeyer, past governor, D8 governor, also a past NSAC chair, and he asked me something really simple at a spring conference. He said, "Kristie, can you just stand at the door and make sure nobody gets in?" And I was hooked. I'm going to stand at a door, and that was my first experience with NSAC. I've been coming back probably 5-6 years ever since, and I've been chairing this the last 2 years in a row. And it is really impressive to see the work that comes out of all these schools and the thoughts, and just it's amazing to see what all of you do and what you spend months practicing for. And so even if today, if you don't walk out of here with an award, you should feel good about doing this, because not everybody can do this. So congratulations to each and every one of you here. And also, as I was talking about involvement and the people it takes to do this, I am from the Central Minnesota Club, which is why we're here in St. Cloud today doing this. And I'd like to thank a number of people. I'm going to start with the board, the District 8 board. And Brad Clemenson is our current governor. Brad, stand up. There's myself on the board as Lieutenant Governor. We also have Andrea Barber, who is second Lieutenant Governor. She's also in charge of the Addies, for those of you who are familiar with that. She is not present today. We have Luann Yutta. Luann, you have? She is our Executive Director for D8. And past governor and former NSAC chair. She's kind of a big deal. Also on the D8 board is Gina Nacy, who also is not here, but she is part of the National American Advertising Awards chair and a past governor. And again, our volunteers, what I like to call my A-team, Anita Hollenhorst, right there. Megan Hollenhorst. A couple people who left today but did help out was Allison Schrader, Jeremy Ringsmuth, and again, I have to thank Frank and Brad for coming out today to help with this as well. There you are. And Andrea, the fantastic photographer in the back. All right. Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to say all the judges' names again. I just want to make sure all of you know who they are. They take time out to do this, and it's really a big deal. They take time away from their families to come in and look at this. They spend hours reading your books and talking, and these three really did a great job working together as a team. So after I'm done, you can all give them a round of applause, but bear with me. I'm going to say all their names again and speak. So would each of you just stand for a second when I say your name so they know exactly who's who. Erica Rockenstein is a senior marketing strategist at VI Marketing and Branding. She has 8 years of experience developing marketing strategies and programs for a range of clients, including Division I college athletic programs, Colorado breweries and restaurants, financial institutions, and companies in the utilities industry. She enjoys developing social marketing strategies that encourage customer behavior changes for the betterment of their lives and their community. She currently resides in Colorado Springs, but travels all over the United States working with the American Advertising Federation District 12 Board. Thank you, Erica. Bo Haynes is Creative Director of the Environmental and Infrastructure Global Business Unit within Parsons, one of the world's... Can you hear me loud enough back there? I realize... All good? Okay. And the senior most creative role, he directs worldwide marketing-related creative services, design and photography, conferences and seminars, production and logistics, and technical training, and manages the unit's award-winning creative team. Extending from his role at Parsons is a passion for helping others improve the effectiveness of their presentations, which is among the topics he teaches to higher education faculty and corporate leaders, as well as at conferences on the local, regional, and national levels. Thank you both. Toss Rush. I'm going to say it again. Actually, I'm going to say your whole name. You are? Okay. But we didn't talk about this earlier. Do you want me to pronounce it for you? It's Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Yes, you can say that. That's why I don't generally ask people to pronounce it. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Works as integrated and emerging media manager at Dr. Pepper Snapple Group. She's responsible for national and local traditional and non-traditional media strategy and execution across DPSG portfolio brands that include but are not limited to Snapple, Mott's, Canada Dry, Clamato, and Balanced Calorie Initiatives. She also serves as a board member for DFW's Interactive Marketing Association, working on the programming committee. She has 16 years of experience in media, both on the advertising and the client side, working across brands in the automotive, CPG, retail, travel, and QSR space. Thank you. All right, the next that I have to really thank also for participating is we have to thank our sponsors, and there's a large group of people who also just donate time, print materials, and cash donations to help pull this together. The NSAC AAF Education Services, Snapple, Olson, Imparty and Digital Marketing, Cole McBoy is our lanyard sponsor, if you didn't notice. SDSU Department of Mass Communications for hosting this event. Martin Williams, SignMax, they did all of our printing. Kind Bars donated those delicious bars you all enjoyed today. And all of our 8th District clubs. Thank you. Next, lastly, before we start the awards, our judges would like to say a few words.
And now or after the awards?
You want to do them after?
Yeah, let's do it after.
After those first
You want to
awards.
speak after
Yeah.
the first group of awards? Okay, I take that back. They'd like to wait. All right, then we are going to get started with some awards. So now is the time you've been waiting for. We're going to start with our sponsorship awards. And the first group we're going to have come up here will be Frank and Brad, who Olson, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. They did some of our sponsorship awards today, which Frank and Brad have been judging and on behalf of them, and we'll be announcing those winners. So a little bit about Olson. Olson is a forward-leaning creative agency that applies the industry's most sophisticated marketing tools to a very simple yet very powerful operating philosophy. Think like people. From our deep commitment to anthropology and analytics to our experience-driven approach to strategic and creative thinking across every platform, we believe that when you think like people, you're trying to connect with. Business succeeds will surely follow. For more information, visit olson.com. So Frank and Brad, on behalf of Olson, come on up.
All right, so the first award that we have to present goes for the best community engagement. So this team thought beyond the one-way message, and they really created a unique way to activate their campaign. And specifically, they used local CBBs and the popularity of color runs, turning them into flavor runs, to really bring their campaign to life. So congratulations to South Dakota State University.
All important. Thank you very much.
All right, the second award is for the best team chemistry. So this team was like a well-oiled machine. It's obvious they respect one another. They share the spotlight with each other and practically finished each other's sentences. They were obviously well rehearsed and very prepared for their questions. Each team member really was able to hold their own. So congratulations to the U of M Twin Cities. All right, the next award is for the best consistent creative. So from start to finish, this campaign really held together. Each element played a vital role in telling the entire story, and yet each piece could stand on its own to communicate the intended message and ultimately achieve the intended result. This team used things such as Pinterest, Lyft, and even Southwest Airlines, and even chewing gum to bring their campaign to life. So congratulations to the University of South Dakota. Congratulations.
That's good, Dale. Perfect, thank you.
All right, and the final award from the Olson sponsored awards is for the best digital strategy. So this team used, I guess this is a statement. Digital marketing is unpredictable and fickle. This team identified current trends, settled on an actionable strategy, and took measurable movement to find a balance in their plan. They included elements like social conversion, paid advertising, and content creation. They did this using platforms such as BuzzFeed, Periscope, and even allocated about 50% of their budget in this area. So congratulations to Morehead State University.
Built on the idea that all marketing objectives are achieved through relationships, we are driven to conceive strategic user experiences that not only drive measurability results, but also build long-lasting brand loyalty. Every great success can be attributed to the collection of minor accomplishments, engaging individuals along the way. I'd like to introduce you to Paul Neely, our judge from Emporium.
Okay, thank you. If you guys haven't figured out, Kristie works for me during the day. Tells me what to do every second of the day, so I don't forget. So, the awards I'm going to give out is Best Individual Presenter for a male and for a female. So, my background is I've been with Campbell Bethune 8 years, Carmichael Lynch for 5 years. I own an agency in Minneapolis for 7 years, and I've been partying for 5 years. So that little trip down memory lane isn't to date me, but it's to let you know I have participated in and witnessed a lot of presentations in that. And I had a special challenge here because I wasn't looking at the presentation as a whole. I wasn't looking at the content, I wasn't looking at the strategy or the creative, all these things I normally care passionately about, I had to forget. So what I was looking at was not even how the team worked together, but how individuals participated in the presentation. So it was a challenge because you all did very well. I've never actually seen great presentations like this, even though I think I've been in them, but I don't think I have. So it was very difficult to narrow it down. So what I had to look at was, to make a difference between individuals, I had to look at subtle things. Like, when the presenter spoke, were they looking at the whole audience or were they looking at the judges table? And to me, looking at the judges table is important because in the real world, that is your client. So knowing who to address and who the decision makers are, and ignoring sometimes other people that might be in the room, some of the distractions, was important. So I focused in on those little tiny things. So to that end, I'll make sure I got the right gender. So for Best Male Presenter, I want to present this to Nate. Now I don't know Nate's last name. He's from Moorhead? Nate was wearing a brown tie. And for Best Female Presenter, I really wanted this. I didn't want to have this be two people on the same team, but that's what ended up happening. So I'd like to present this to Marin.
Thank you, Impartium, and thank you, Mr. Neely. That'd be you.
Really?
Sorry. All right. So there's really only one thing left to do here. Judges, you wanna talk a little bit?
I think we want to do it after.
You wanna do it after?
And then we'll go into the Q&A.
Yeah, we'll do some Q&A.
All right. Well, that sounds good. So I'm gonna announce some winners, and I'd like each team to come on up on stage here. Come all the way up on stage, and we're gonna have a picture with Andrea. Okay. Can you do a drum roll or something? Nothing? So, our 2016 NSAC third place team for District 8. Minnesota State University Moorhead.
Yeah, that's good. There's a lot of people. But, congratulations.
Our District 8 2016 NSAC winning team. Second place. South Dakota University. University of South Dakota. We're having
And we're good.
And the first place, District 8 team, University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Who wants the award? Give it
Presenters?
Sure.
I don't know why we're kneeling, but. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We do one without flags. Good. Great.
All right, everyone, so this is how we're going to wrap up our evening. Our judges are going to come up. They're going to talk a little bit about what they saw, their process, have some comments. After that, we have this room until about 7:10. After that, if you'd like to come up and speak to either of our judges, they're open to having more of a one-on-one commentary with you if you prefer. But right now, I'd like to ask Bo, Erica, and Tosh to come on up and just talk to you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, so I guess I'll start here. I don't think that this is publicized across the materials that you've read, but this is actually my 6th year doing an NSAC, and I've done it in more different districts than probably just about anyone. I've done this in 5 different districts in 6 times in 8 years. So I have seen a lot of talented people, across a lot of different schools, a lot of different states, something like 20 of the states now I've seen. And I like doing this, and this competition, I wish I had had the opportunity to do this when I was in school. You know, I think we've all talked about that to some degree. It's like, man, where was this when we were in? Unfortunately, the school I went to didn't have this. We didn't compete. And I've been trying to talk to them about competing now back home. But I am so, and everyone this weekend has heard me say this a million times, but this competition is the thing that I look the most forward to of anything I do all year. I feel so strongly as an advocate for what this competition stands for, what it is able to prepare each of you for. This is real world, real stuff that you cannot get elsewhere without this type of program. And to have the clients come in and sponsor this is amazing, amazing opportunity. And the competition itself will train you on all types of things that you can, you'll certainly take to the workplace. I certainly hope that the vast majority of you are planning to go into marketing and advertising professionally. I know in the comments, we won't get into any of that directly right now, but certainly in my comments, I know that I called out some individuals within the teams that I saw, whether it was copywriting, whether it was photography, whether it was art direction, whether it was strategy for that matter. I've called out some individuals, but that's just certain individuals. This is so encouraging for people, for those of us, and this coincidentally, not coincidentally, but interestingly this year, I think the 3 of us are about the same point in our careers, which typically doesn't happen. Normally it's a wide range, and I think we are where you were, not too long ago. So what we've achieved is achievable for a ton of you people in this room. So I think that you need to take this experience, whether winning or losing. That obviously everyone wants to win, not only one winner sort of thing. But I just think that you need to take this forward, try and participate in things like this moving forward. Be active in the ad club, be active in AMA. If I can give them a shout out too, it's another good organization. Sorry. But just find your organizations like that. And one of the things that I always say at things like this is the importance of mentoring. Each of you has gone through a mentoring process recently. You've had faculty advisors, but you've also been mentoring each other, which is a point I always like to point out, because age is not a determinant in the mentoring-mentee relationship. Often there are people younger that can help older people with things. There are people that are peers that can help each other with things. It all depends on what your skill set is and what your interests are. I know not too long ago, most of you were in high school, right? And high school was a nasty place, right? It's not real fun. In high school, the people that are passionate about what they believe in are geeks, right? But those are the people that are ultimately highly, highly successful in their careers. So once you make it to college, the geeks are the people that folks like us look to hire. And I have, unfortunately this year I'm not coming with a rec in hand, but last year I came to the same competition for District 9 with a rec in hand, a job opening, sorry, lingo rec, a requisition in hand. And I know others, and I think I forgot which of you actually has the job openings at, yeah, you have job openings at your company now. We have job openings at my company now. But I have judged with people that have gotten jobs directly out of this competition. So keep that in mind, because I absolutely will look at a resume, and if somebody has ad fed stuff in NSAC specifically, that is definitely a check in my box. So just take that forward, and I would mention again the mentoring thing. Please don't ever think that you are too young or too early in your career to be a mentor. Go back and mentor the high schools. Find someone to mentor. You're never too far in your career to be mentored or to be a mentee. You're never early in your career to be a mentor, and I fervently believe that, and that's part of why I do what I do. Y'all will all laugh at how much. Yeah, first of all, you'll laugh at that. I just say y'all. But when you see the amount of comments that I make, I give copious comments, and it's because you'll see that I make judging comments that actually relate to the scoring, but I will also make commentary that is just about my personal experiences, things you may want to consider, really, really down in the weeds things that you may not even need to, may never need to know again. There's things, running commentary for me. I think it's important to read through those comments, try and get that type of feedback from the local chapters of AdFed, and to just continue this forward. So I can, I'll sort of pass the torch here, but I just think I'm so impressed with what I see year after year. There's new technology that I see. I am a tech geek. So when I get to see new technology at a thing like this, that really, really is impressive to me. That it happens every single year I've done this. I've learned about some new emerging trend, some new technique, some technology. So just keep doing what you're doing. And I have no doubt that the vast majority of you will end up, hopefully, will end up in marketing if that's what you so choose. I think all of you have a future in marketing. So thank you very much.
So I have a lot of the same, similar feedback, but
same,
yeah. I've actually worked for the same agency for 9 years now, and I think that one of the biggest things that stood out to me is that this is a huge advantage for you guys going into the job market. Working through a strategic plan is really difficult for some people who are even in the workplace now, and just agencies in general. My background is strategy mainly. I do a lot of project management, account management, but mainly account planning, and I work with all realms of our agency, so we're full service, and we have social media, creative, media planning, and buying. We have digital. There is motion graphics and animation, and working with all of those and wrangling is definitely difficult. Different personalities and a lot of different ideas, and I think that you all did a really good job creating integrated strategies, and I think that they're going to have a tough time going through Snapple, just all of the ideas that you guys brought. And I just commend you on the strategic plans that you all put together, and the media plans and the creative strategies, because that's not easy. And I think that you all have very, very bright futures within this field, and I would encourage you to continue to just educate yourselves on growing trends and trying new things. The other part of that is we fully support measurable objectives. So I've been hammering it all since yesterday that showcases your success, and making sure that you show those to your client, and then how you're going to report back on those. Those are the most important parts of your strategic plans. Everything supports your strategy. Your tactics must support your strategy, and it's all driven by your personas. So make sure that those are targeted and they're research driven. Those are the biggest things, and I know that those are kind of difficult, but research will lead you everywhere. Your media habits will fuel your media strategies. But I think you all did a very, very good job, and I was impressed. We were impressed. We talked about this, since reading the plans books. So you already have a step up when you go into the job market with already writing a strategic plan. I know that when I came out of school, I did not participate in NSAC. I went to Colorado State. We had a marketing department, but we did not participate in this program, and I wish that we had, because now that's all I do is write exactly what you guys have written on a day-to-day basis and present to the clients. That's also a nerve-wracking thing, especially now that we had one in the room. But from the agency perspective, you guys did a great job. This is a pitch to a client. Talking to them like they're the client, asking for the business is huge. So I can't remember who did that, but that was awesome, because that is how you want to end a pitch. Ask for the business. You did the work. You know that you did the work, and you did it well. So ask for that business and continue to engage those clients. I think you guys I cannot restate enough that you guys did a really awesome job.
So if I think back to my days in college, I definitely did not sit where you guys are sitting, and the amount of knowledge about marketing in general. And I had a liberal arts degree from DePauw University in Indiana. Small school, didn't have any media specialty, didn't know jack going into the workplace. Got really lucky because I somehow talked myself into getting hired by a huge agency in Chicago when I graduated. Didn't know anything. So you guys have such a leg up, and it's been such a pleasure to see intelligence, really fun ideas. This is what marketing is all about. This is why I've been in the industry for 16 years. Every day is something new. Every day is an opportunity to create something different, and you guys have shown that. Very well thought out, really fun ideas. You know, I spent 10 years on the agency side, so I definitely pitched my fair share of clients. I was lucky enough to kind of get pulled over to the client side about 6 years ago. And, you know, I still do a lot of pitching. I pitch my leadership team, but we're doing a lot of pitching too. And I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of the Snapple brand. When I leave here, the presentations won't just disappear into nothing. Even those that didn't win today, we're actually going back and meeting as a large team, because I have members of my team who are traveling this weekend and next weekend all across the U.S. to judge these same type of competitions. But when all is said and done, we're going to come back together in a room and pull out some really cool stuff. So we're very excited to look at this stuff, because it's so awesome to see, especially when you work on something day in and day out, to have a fresh set of eyes look at your business. And you know, I'm amazed at the amount of insights that came out of what you guys did that have taken us years to come to. So a lot of really cool nuggets. Like, so proud of you to see some of these things that we're just coming to this year, we're making decisions on. So just know that your work has not gone unnoticed. You guys are you have so much more of a leg up than I did when I got out of school, and be excited about it. And even if you didn't make it here today, it doesn't mean that you can't make it. I swear, I didn't have any kind of sense of marketing when I walked out of school, and somehow I got a job. So you can figure it out. You guys are awesome. Really, just so impressed. Thank you so much.
Like I said, we'll have a few minutes where you'll have an opportunity to come up and speak with our judges. A few final remarks. To our winning team, first place winning team, I need to meet with you. I just have some information for you before you leave here, so I'd like to speak to you. Also, advisors, for those of you who are interested in meeting me, I will be in the Cascade room at 7:20, and we can meet quickly and just have a little chat. If you're interested, if not, if you have to head out, feel free to email me any comments, thoughts, questions, or whatnot. So, with that, thanks everyone for coming and participating. Have a great evening.